Yo, what's really good, my people? Kiwami Games here, back at it with another video for you guys. And today, ladies and gentlemen, you already know I have to show my vampires some love. So for the theme event that's going on right now in Master Duel, I present to you the good old zombie vampire deck. Now, my whole goal with this deck, honestly, was just, to have some fun. So I threw in some cards here that I haven't used in quite some time because I just wanted, just to test things out and just have some fun with it. So this might not be the best vampire build that I've created, so because I wasn't really trying to make something super competitive, but more on the fun side. Now, another good thing about the deck, I felt that it can go first and it can go second. So I try to have that kind of balance, and I feel like it worked out very well, and you guys will see in the replays. And very quickly, just to talk about some cards over here. First of all, the Mad Mauler. The Mad Mauler never came up for me, so I think this is one card that can definitely be cut. And here to the side, I have like some cards that I would recommend throwing in there if you guys ever want to like play around with the deck. Like the Ringer Worm, this can help you go into your synchro plays. The Assault Synchron going first, this can also help you special summon to get extra bodies and go into your synchro plays as well. The Agul Mazura is good to protect your zombies from destruction and all of that, and then it comes back, it recycles itself, and it can also help you link and go into your synchro plays as well. And then these Monster Reborn cards, they kind of help, like especially against like the Six Samurais deck, because sometimes a lot of their cards activate in the graveyard, and I think sniping cards from their graveyard can be pretty good, and also can give you extension and other bodies just to link off with. So same thing with the regular OG Monster Reborn, I felt like it's a good card to consider. And then for board breakers, I think Nibiru is actually pretty good as well. Harpy's Feather Duster, you already know. Thrust, because we play a lot of normal spell and trap cards. And a third copy of the Retainer is a good thing that you can throw in there if you don't want to play like with the Mad Mauler. And then Forbidden Droplet, of course, is definitely, you can never go wrong with this card. So yeah, the Mad Mauler never really came up for me, so I think that's a card that I would cut. And then here I got the good old Jacobolin. I have a long time that I don't use this card, so I just kind of wanted it to experiment and have fun with it. And then for the synchros, I never made the Red Eye Zombie Necro Dragon. And surprisingly, I actually never made this Dragon Lord either. I actually ended up going more into my XZs and my Link plays. And then here we got the Impulse. I know they're UR, so if you don't have Impulse, for example, you can play any hand trap that you have, like Veilers. It's available. You can play the Forbidden Droplet. So I think anything, you can substitute this with anything. But if you are playing the Impulse, then just be careful with the Mizuki, because if you activate Impulse from the hand, then you won't be able to activate Mizuki. And Mizuki, I think, is the only monster that gets affected by Impulse in this entire build. So, yep. Now, I don't want to bore you guys too much. I'll go through each card at the end of the video, so stick around to that. I just want to show you guys some replays so you can guys check out the deck and have some fun. So without further ado, let's jump into the replays. And if you happen to enjoy the video, then consider dropping a like and hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and it will help me out a lot. So thank you. Let's jump right into these replays. Alright, my people, so for our first replay, we are going to go up against Six Samurai, which is like the deck that was dominating this event. It was just everywhere. So I only have an Ash Blossom to kind of interrupt them, so I'm going to activate the Ash Blossom right here. Okay, and this is just negating them from special summoning a Six Samurai monster from their deck, just to prevent them from further extending, but they have what they need. So I'm going to fast forward through this a little bit, because Six Samurai is kind of like a combo deck. Alright, and then our hand is not necessarily the best hand either, especially going second, but I just want to show you guys, what can we cook, what can we do even with a hand like this. And actually, majority of my replays you guys are going to see is me going second with not the best of hands, just to show you that even though this deck might not be ideal or the greatest deck, it can still cook. So let's get right into it. So first we're going to activate the Jack of Bowling, getting the Banshee to the graveyard. That's going to bait out his interruption. Okay, so that lets me know that maybe he doesn't know how my deck works. Okay, then now I'm going to activate the Foolish Burial to bait out his other interruption. So now when I activate the Banshee and when I activate my Zombie World, it won't get negated and destroyed. So that's the one thing you always got to think about with this deck. How can you bait out your opponent? Because another thing with this deck is like you really got to have good knowledge of it. You really got to know all your cards and what they do, because your plays are never always going to be linear. You know, you're not always going to do the same play every single game. Everything is always going to be different with this deck, which is why I think it's very fun. Alright, so here we go into the Fascinator. Fascinator is going to revive one of his monsters. Alright, and then the Anarchist is going to activate. Okay, when it gets sent to the graveyard, he can search for a 6 Samurai card. Alright, and then I'm going to tribute myself to steal his monster. And now with these two monsters, we're going to go into our Zombie Vampire. Okay, then we detach one, mill 4 cards. And then I'm going to special summon. We ended up milling the Ghost Sleeper so we can get our Ghost Fusion. Okay, then I'm going to special summon the Familiar so that I can search for my Ghost. Okay, now with these two monsters, I'm going to go into the Flying Mary. Okay, now the Flying Mary is going to allow me to bring back one of my level 5 or higher monsters. So I bring back the Jack of Bowling. Alright, and that's all I wrote. And I know maybe you think, what the heck is this end board? But this end board is actually pretty good against the 6 Samurai, because here he's going to try to put this card back. But with the Jack of Bowling, I can steal it. Okay, so now we steal his Shien, and then this gives me pretty much a monster negate. And then because I knew the card in his deck, that's why I ended up on the Jack of Bowling. So we broke his board, we stole his monster, and we left him without any follow-up, and that's why he surrendered. Alright, let's jump into the second replay. Alright, and then our opponent kind of bricked a little bit. Alright, here since I don't have a Retainer or Familiar, I decided to go with the Uni-Zombie to try to get Zombie World onto the field as quick as I can. But our opponent has got the Infinite Impermanence, so unfortunately for us, that's kind of going to kill our turn. Alright, and it's indeed 6 Samurai, so that's going to trigger. He's going to add for the Asceticism. Alright, so now we're just going to set the Impulse. He's going to activate his 6 Strike, special summoning the 6 Samurai. Alright, now the homie's got some plays, so he's going to activate the Asceticism to try to special summon one of his 6 Samurai monsters from the deck. So I kind of negate that. Okay, now he's going to go into the Battle Shogun. And then the Battle Shogun is going to allow him to add the gates, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so he searched again for the Asceticism. And then this one is going to get him the 6 strike. Oh no, I guess I kind of messed up. I thought this thing, if this card, you can discard a card, add 1 card from your deck that can... Yeah, he should have been able to search for the gate with this one. But anyway, so he's going to go into his big monster. Alright, so now he set 1 and pass. Over here he's got Spell and Trap negate. So I gotta bait that out before I activate Zombie World. Okay, so now we activate our Familiar, send the Sorcerer to the graveyard, special summon, search for our Void. Okay, and then from here we're gonna go into our Dark. Okay, and with the Dark we're gonna steal one of his Dark monsters from the graveyard. Okay, then we're gonna activate the sorcerer, activate the ghost. And remember guys, if you're new to the channel and if you don't remember, when you do this play, remember when you activate sorcerer's effect, the game is gonna ask you if you want to chain link the ghost. Make sure you don't chain link it. Make sure you activate ghost effect manually, because otherwise it's gonna override sorcerer's effect, which is gonna allow you to normal summon void without having to pay tribute. So just in case if you've never seen any of my previous vampire videos. Alright, anyway, sorry. So we're gonna normal summon the void, and with the void we're gonna steal 2 of his monsters. Okay, and then here he's gonna activate the 6th strike, which is going to flip down one of the monsters face down. Alright, so we still use his monster in the void to go into our zombie vampire. Okay, so we detach 1, mill 4, special summon our retainer. Okay, now with these 2 monsters, we're gonna go into our fascinator. Okay, then the fascinator is gonna steal one of his monsters from the graveyard. And then we're gonna tribute ourselves and steal his Xian. So now we can activate our zombie world with no problem. Okay, now with these 2 monsters, we're gonna go into our Flying Mary so that we can revive one of our level 5 or higher zombie monsters. So we bring back our void. Okay, and then we activate the Flying Mary's second ability, that while this card, you can target a level 5 or higher zombie monster you control, then you can destroy 1 monster your opponent controls with attack less than or equal to this monster. So initially giving void a pop. Alright, so now we wipe away his board. And that's all he wrote. Yeah. Alright my people, so in this replay we are gonna go first, and we're gonna go up against the dinosaur people, the Jarak. And unfortunately for the kid, we bricked completely. Alright, so all we got is this Fuwalos. Okay, he's gonna activate the ground Xeno, so I'm gonna ash that, preventing him from getting a dinosaur tuner or normal monster. Okay, but he's got the extension, so I'm gonna hit him with the Fuwalos. Alright, and then I'm going to negate this over here where he can discard 2 cards, and then he can draw 2 cards. Alright, I guess he doesn't want to take the Fuwalos challenge, so unfortunately we kind of bricked again. Okay, he's gonna activate the Miscellaneousaurus to kind of give his dinosaur monsters protection. Okay, but now that he activated, so I can draw 2 cards with the triple tactics talent. Okay, and we draw into Unizombie. So Unizombie is going to send Banshee. Banshee is going to banish herself so that we can get our zombie world. Okay, and then we're going to send the Doom King to the graveyard. And then now we can activate our Ghost Fusion to go into our Duke of Demise. Okay, and we banish the Chang-Chi. So when the Chang-Chi is banished, we can banish a zombie monster from our graveyard, special summoning herself. And then we're going to dump the Mizuki. The Mizuki is going to banish itself to bring back our Doom King. Alright, then now here, he's going to be able to mill this Aspero. Okay, and then this card is going to trigger. He's going to push back my Doom King to the hand. Okay, and then his other dinosaur is going to activate, allowing him to synchro summon. So he's going to go into the Meteor. Okay, and then here I decide to tribute away my 2 monsters and normal summon the Doom King, because the Doom King with Zombie War on the field is just too great of a monster. Okay, then that's going to trigger his Meteor card that is going to destroy all cards on the field, and then he can special summon a tuner, but I'm going to negate that with the Doom King. So that's why Doom King and Zombie World is just too good. We get a monster negate, and we also get a non-targeting banishing effect. Okay, so he's going to crash into the Doom King. And then he's going to normal summon his Stego. And then this is where Zombie World is really amazing in this event as well, because now that everything is zombies, I'm pretty sure he was not able to go into any of his synchro plays, because yeah, here it says 2 non-tune or dinosaur monsters, so most of his synchro monsters are going to require dinosaur monsters. Okay, and then since there's a field spell active, the Doom King can resurrect itself, and then he's going to quit. Zombies, baby. Really unexpected. Nobody really expects zombies because nobody really plays zombies like that anymore, but we got it. Alright, my people, in this replay we are going to go second again, and we're going to go up against 6 Samurai. So in this replay I'm going to show you how the deck can pretty much OTK as well while going second. Okay, so our opponent is going to activate the asceticism. Okay, we're going to hit it with the impulse. Alright, then he's going to go into the battle shogun. Okay, then the battle shogun is going to activate, and also his 6 samurai guy from the graveyard is going to activate. Okay, so here he searches for the gateway. So here I was correct in the last replay where he was able to search for the gateway. So I don't know why my previous opponent didn't search for the gateway, but anyways. Okay, so now he's going to activate the gateway. I'm going to activate the 6th strike. Okay, and then we're just going to fast forward this a little bit because I don't have any interruptions. Alright, so first we're going to start things out with the Raigeki. Okay, so we're going to clear away his field. Then we're going to normal summon Ghost. Ghost is going to send a retainer, and he's got the Ash Blossom. But no problem. So we're going to activate retainer, send the sorcerer, special summon the familiar, search for void, and then we're going to link this off into our vampire sucker. Okay, and then we're going to activate sorcerer's effect, and then we're going to activate ghost effect so that we can normal summon our void without having to pay tribute. Okay, then we're going to steal 2 of his monsters from the graveyard. Okay, and then with these 2 monsters, we're going to go into our zombie vampire. Okay, so we detach 1 from the zombie vampire, mill 4. And here we special summon our Chang-Chi. Chang-Chi is going to send the Banshee. Banshee is going to activate so that we can get our zombie world onto the field. And that's pretty much a nice little OTK there. So just to kind of this replay, we are going to go up against Beetroopers. Alright, and we're going to go first. Alright, unfortunately we don't have retainer or familiar, but we got the sorcerer, so this was kind of a downside to us because we were not able to activate ghost effect because as you can see, it says you send 1 vampire monster card from your hand or face of field to the graveyard, and then you can add a level 4 higher vampire monster. But we already got those 2 vampire monsters in our hand, so that's why we didn't activate ghost effect. And then our opponent, I think pretty much he hit me with the forbidden droplet because he wanted to get the Goki pole into the graveyard. I don't think he wanted to negate ghost, because otherwise that means he really does not know what my deck does. So anyway, he's going to search for the Retaliating Sea. Okay, the Retaliating Sea is going to normal itself, take out my ghost. And then Zombie World against insects is like complete blowout, man, because insects definitely need insects to play. So here we're going to normal summon our sorcerer, get rid of his Retaliating Sea, which is going to trigger searching for the Parasite Paranoid. Then he's going to activate the Paranoid attached to the sorcerer, making it an insect. Then he's going to activate his Cocoon, so he can special summon his Metamorphed Insect. And then from here he just pops off. He gets his Sting Lancer, and he also gets the spell card. Okay, so here we're going to activate our sorcerer and our ghost combo to get our void onto the field. Okay, steal 2 of his monsters, and you already know we're going to go into our zombie vampire. Okay, zombie vampire, detach, mill 4. Alright, then we steal his Beetle. And then with the Beetle and the Void, we're gonna go into the Flying Mary. Okay, now with the Flying Mary, we can bring back our Void. Okay, and then we can give Void a pop, so we get rid of his Metamorphed Insect Queen. Okay, so now with the Beetrooper landing, he's gonna be able to fusion summon into the Cruel Saturnus. Okay, and then the Saturnus is gonna search for the Fly and Sting. Okay, and then he's gonna crash into the Void to get his graveyard effect. So we're gonna negate the graveyard effect, which is gonna allow him to add a level 5 or higher insect monster to the hand. And then his monster cannot attack over ours, so he's gonna pass turn. And then he's gonna scoop. And that's all to Zombie World again. So Zombie World, I'm telling you, in this event, it's crazy good. It stops 6 Samurais, it stops this. The only deck that kind of doesn't care about Zombie World is Sky Striker, and Sky Strikers were pretty much one of the few decks that actually clapped me in this event. I was really having a hard time against Sky Strikers in this event. So just a heads up if you end up playing zombies in the event. Sky Strikers, they're gonna kick your ass. Alright, let's go. Alright, my people, in this replay we are gonna go up against Fabled. We're gonna go first. Okay, so we're gonna go second. And then Fabled was a deck that I was considering to kind of play around with, but I actually saw my boy DC play. He made about 2 videos on the deck, and yeah, seeing his video, I was like, nah, I don't think I wanna mess around with this deck, because I ended up pulling 2 of the Leviathan, the new boss monster. So I thought I'd give it a try, but yeah, it's kind of underwhelming. But I think in this event though, it's probably not a bad choice in this event. But if you were to take it in regular ranked, yeah, I wouldn't bother with it. But anyway, so we got a little lucky. We drew the Full Wallow, so that helps a lot. Okay, and we drew another Full Wallows. Okay, so here we're going to negate his only pretty much interruption that he has. So now we normally summon the Ghost, send the Familiar, search for Sorcerer, send the Retainer. Okay, Retainer is going to dump the Sorcerer, special summon itself, getting our Omni Negate trap card. Okay, then we're going to activate the Familiar, send the Ghost, special summon, search for Void. Okay, then we're going to link these 2 away. You already know we're going to go into our Vampire Sucker. Can you dig it, sucker? Okay, and then we're going to activate the Sorcerer Ghost Graveyard combo so that we can normal summon our Void without paying tribute. Steal 2 of his monsters. Alright, and then here I decide to do something a little different. Instead of going straight into the Zombie Vampire, I'm going to go into the Fascinator. Okay, then with the Fascinator, I'm going to steal another of his monsters. And now with these 2 monsters, we're going to go into the Zombie Vampire. Okay, and the reason why I did this is that if I end up milling a Vampire monster and I can special summon it, so now I can tribute away this Vampire monster instead of the Fascinator to steal one of his monsters. And then this is a level 3, a link 3, so then I can give me access to go into my Yuki-Onna, for example, my link 4, or any other shenanigan, or just attack for game. So just to show you guys the versatility of the deck, man, it's a lot of fun, bro. I really love my vampires, man. I really wish one day Konami can give it proper support where it can kind of at least be somewhere near like at least borderline tier 3, bro. If we could ever get vampires to like borderline tier 3, bro, I swear I will make vampires freaking tier 1 in my hands, or tier 0 in my hands, man. If it can just get some sort of fighting support, bro, I feel like that's my word, man. I'll make this deck. You know what? I'm rambling too much. Go first, and we're gonna go up against 6 Samurai. And once again, we go first, but our hand is not the greatest. But let's see what we can make. So we activate Zombie World. We're gonna send the Glow of Bloom. Okay, and then with the Glow of Bloom, we're gonna special summon our Doom King. Okay, then we're gonna normal summon familiar, and then we're gonna go into our sucker. Alright, so now we're gonna set the trap, which is an omni negate, and because there's a field spell on the field, then Doom King can special summon itself. And then now, because monster was special summoned from the graveyard, we can draw a card. But he's got the infinite impermanence, so he's going to negate my draw one. I mean, no, sorry, he's gonna negate the Doom King. Alright, and he's gonna activate his 6 Samurai United. Okay, then he's gonna activate the legendary 6 Samurai. I'm going to negate and destroy because this is gonna special summon a 6 Samurai. And as far as I know, 6 Samurais, they need monsters on the field, because as long as they have monsters on the field, they are able to special summon from the hand. But he was able to draw into his other extension, so he can continue to pop off. Okay, so now he's going to go into the legendary Lord 6 Samurai, and the reason why he goes into this one, I believe, is because of Zombie World. This one is a little generic, where he needs a tuner and a non-tuner, while the other 6 Samurais, I think they require 6 Samurai monsters as materials, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so see, he's going to go into the Anishi, and he doesn't go into the Shien or none of that. Okay, so now this thing right here is can target cards and return them to the hand. So he's going to return my Doom King and my Sucker. Alright, my man is just popping off. Alright, so now we're just left with 1,000 life points in a dream. Okay, so first we're going to activate Change of Heart. I'm going to steal his 6 Samurai monster. Then we're going to activate the Familiar, special summon himself, searching for our Voivode. Okay, now with these two monsters, we're going to go back into our Sucker. Okay, that's going to trigger his thing to special summon a 6 Samurai monsters, which is fine. So we get a draw. Okay, and then now we can tribute away his 2 zombie monsters, because if just in case if you don't know what Sucker does, but as long as Zombie World is on the field, you can tribute monsters. You can tribute zombie monsters that your opponent control instead of yours. So that's how we were able to clear his board. Okay, then we're gonna steal 2 of his monsters. You already know. And then with these 2 monsters, we're gonna go into our zombie vampire. Okay, so we're gonna detach 1, mill 4. Okay, and then we special summon our Chang-Chi. Chang-Chi is gonna mill the Ghost Sleeper. Ghost Sleeper is gonna activate, getting our Ghost Fusion. Okay, and then now we're gonna activate Raigeki. And then now we got 9,400 damage, so I don't even need to do any Ghost Fusion shenanigans or anything. And that's all he wrote. Alright, my people, thank you so much. If you made it all the way to this part of the video, I greatly appreciate it. You guys sticking out and showing some love to the video and to the channel. Alright, so now very quickly, let's just jump into the card by card. So to start things off, we got 3 familiars. We have 1 Glow Up Bloom. We have 2 Vampire's Retainer. And the reason why I played 3 familiars and 2 Retainer, because the Retainer is, he's only going to search for this 1 trap card that we play, while the Familiar can search you all of your vampire monsters. So it can search you the Ghost, it can search you the Void, and it can search you the Sorcerer. So I just felt that in this build, the Familiar has a little more search power than the Retainer. Okay, then we got 1 Mad Mauler. Okay, we got the Ghost Sleeper to search for our Ghost Fusion. We play 2 Uni Zombies. I think that's another thing too, that if you have 3 Uni Zombie, you can definitely cut the Mad Mauler and play a 3rd Uni Zombie for more consistency. Okay, then for hand traps, I didn't play a whole lot of hand traps just to keep the deck as consistent as I can. So we only got 3 Ash Blossoms, and then we got the best starter, 3 Vampire Ghost. Then we got our Graveyard Extender, 1 Mizuki. then we got the sorcerer, and we got 1 banshee, and then we got 3 fualos. Okay, then we got 1 Chang-Chi, the spirit Dao. You need this for your ghost fusion combos. Okay, then we got the 1 Jacobolin, and if you guys don't know what Jacobolin does, is you can discard a zombie monster, and then you can special summon this card from your hand, and then during your opponent's main phase, you can target 1 zombie monster in either graveyard, special summon that monster, but banish it when it leaves the field. So when Zombie World is on the field with this card, you can steal like any like important monster that they may have, and then when you link it away or whatever, instead of going back to your opponent's graveyard, it's gonna get banished. So it's a good way to deplete your opponent from like their resources and stuff like that. Okay, then we got the big boss, the Doom King Baladrock, and then we got the other boss, the one and only Voivode, the legend. Man, I feel like I want to pull for like a UR of this, like a Royal Rail UR, but I don't know. I don't want to. We'll see. Okay, then we got 1 Raigeki. We got 1 Change of Hearts as kind of like board breakers to help go in second. Then we got the Foolish Burial. We got the Ghost Fusion. Okay, then we got the Triple Tactus Talent. We got 2 Zombie Worlds, 3 Infinite Impermanence, 3 Dominus Impulse, and 1 Vampire Domination. Okay, and then for the extra deck, we got the homie, the Duke of Demise, and we got the Dragon Necro Nether Soul Dragon. These are pretty much your 2 targets for your Ghost Fusion plays. Okay, then we got the Immortal Dragon. We got the Red Eye Zombie Necro Dragon. We got the Skeletal Dragon Felgrand, the Red Eye Zombie Dragon Lord, and the homie, the Dampier Vampire Sheridan. And then we got the Wallow, founder of the Drudge Dragons. Okay, then we got the one and only, the Zombie Vampire, the card that all these other freaking meta decks almost got banned. Like, shizness, man. If this card ever gets banned, bro, man, my vampires, I don't know what's gonna happen. Anyways, then we got the Anima. Then we got the Vampire Sucker, 1 Dark the Dark Charmer, 1 Flying Mary, 1 Vampire Fascinator, and 1 Yuki Onna. Alright, and then that's gonna wrap up the video and the deck. As always, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, anything that you may need help with, drop it down in the comments. I always reply to you guys, and I try to give you my best opinion and thoughts and anything. So yeah, thank you all so much. Kiwami Games, peace out.